Feet together, knees wide. If for any reason that's uncomfortable for you now or in a few breaths, you can switch that feet wide as the mat, knees knock towards one another. But let's begin by placing one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. So if anyone is not in the mood to be assisted, touched today, raise your hand up so the assistants can see you, and we will make sure to let you play myself today. Okay. Good, because Al will be on your practice. Pose like delicious. I'm going to turn the lights down a little bit.
There you go.
All right. So let's just be with the anatomical breath right now. Now, very slow slide of the inhales and exhales through the nose. Inhale, let the breath move through the nose. Pour in through the lungs from top to bottom. And then relax down your spine all the way to the low belly. The pelvic floor can relax. Pelvic bones can relax. Pelvic and hip joints. Sacrum. And on the exhale, without over-contracting your outer body, can you squeeze and lift up through the pelvic floor muscles and even higher inside the pelvis, as if your pelvis exhales and lifts up inside your body. And then the lungs, the ribs will press the breath out as well. So fully close the bottom of your ribs on the exhale. Another area where we sometimes remain very open in practice. So inhale through the nose and find a flood of space all the way down the spine into the root. And as you exhale, give a contraction and lift through all the pelvic floor muscles you can contact. And then more subtly but powerfully inside the pelvis itself, hug around and lift up the spine. So the visualization that I've created, you could create a different one if it works better for you, but the one I've created to get you to understand this inner breath even more is to imagine that you have a flame burning in the center of your pelvis. So if you want to GPS it, it's like 2 inches behind the navel and a couple of inches down, something like that. And as you inhale all the way down to that flame. Let it drop down, let it turn downward, warm and widen everything like a flamethrower torching coals and old stuff you don't want anymore. Making space, making heat. On the exhale, contract the pelvic floor and pelvic muscles around that flame and lift it up behind the navel, even pressing that breath up and out. So what we burn, we then can release and move away. For the next inhale to come and create more space, more heat, more tapas, more transformation, more shine. We exhale and give it away. Express it or let it go. Now breathing here, bring your feet as wide as the mat. Walk your feet as wide as the mat. And then rest the knees in. Bring both hands onto your belly now. So as you inhale, down to that golden flame, can that area widen and lift a little bit? On the exhale, contract inside the body, from the root of the body, straight up the spine. Yes, that area will then contract as well. The ribs close, the lungs press the breath out. But I want you to really get into this idea of vertical breath, as if your apple cord, through your soft palate, straight down, out the root of the pelvis. And that's the line we may call Sushumna, central channel, or the inner body. That area is what we're really focusing on in every asana. Your body will begin to feel more sensation as we move more fully. As your life happens, as you have to deal externally. But this inner relationship is your primary relationship. So this is maybe the beginning for some of you, or the continuation of strengthening this inner bond, this inner bandha with yourself, and keeping this flame bright and alive and supported, no matter what else is being asked of you, and to not participate in the things that snuff your flame any longer. And when you make this priority, number one, this relationship, and watch your life revolutionize around it, and how your choices change. Walk your feet underneath your knees right now, so bridge pose preparation. Slide your hands up onto your femur bones, your thighs, so the palms are almost in your hip creases now. Press your thigh bones away from you strongly with the hands and arms strength, some way that feels comfortable to you. So the lower you can get on your legs by the hip joint, the more effective, and just allow that pelvic area to get some traction. The low back may stretch. And to again find that breath, to inhale and make more space in that whole pelvic root area. And to exhale, give a nice squeeze and a lift as if gathering that flame with the palms of the pelvis and lifting it up out to the light. Take a deep breath in here, all the way down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And press it out, give it out. Now on your next inhale, lift your hips up and lift your arms up overhead. As you exhale, roll back down so your hands and hips touch down at the same time. Inhale, lift your hips, lift the arms. Come on up. Exhale, roll down onto the mat. Continue this a few times and notice how sometimes when your body is moving upward, your breath is moving downward on the inhale. And as you exhale and squeeze from the root upward, body moves down. So it's just keeping this attention on the direction of the breath and then letting the body dance around that as it must. But knowing that you're supporting it and healing it, enlivening it the whole time. The primary focus is on the breath, and the body will stop being as rigid. You may notice more of a flow sensation coming in. Take a deep breath in, lift the hips, lift the arms, hold the hips and lift them, keep them lifted. Just bring the hands back down to the earth, and we'll take a bridge preparation posture. Just slide your shoulder blades underneath you a little bit. Palms can stay down. If you'd like to interlace your hands, you can do that. So I'm big on adaptation for your moment, for your body, for your needs. And you can feel free, if your bridge isn't in your practice, you're trying to do like a tiny little bridge to make you feel better, just come down and do whatever you need to do to get that sensation to stay with your breath. Press and resist your feet away from you. They don't move, you just resist away a little bit. The hips may go a little higher. Lift your chin a bit so your neck stays natural. And just inhale again down into the pelvic area. And squeeze and lift from that pelvic area as well. And one last time, as you inhale, fill the whole chest, all the way up by your collarbones, and then down, flood it to the pelvis. Exhale, squeeze and lift, and breathe that pelvis. Take one more deep breath here. Release your hands off to the sides and slowly roll yourself down onto your back. Good. Windshield wiper the knees to the right, very gentle, and to the left, straight for the sacrum. And again to the right, and to the left. Come to center, hug those knees into your chest. Hug your forehead up towards your knees, stretch the spinal ligament back there, take a big deep breath and hold back to the body. Exhale, either begin to rock and roll towards your seat or roll to one side and come on up. Just to consider this internal relationship is a real victory. Even if you're like, I don't even know about diaphragm, where is it, am I feeling it, I don't know. That comes later with practice. It's a muscle group that needs to be built. But just to get inside is huge today. So take a deep breath in, lean yourself forward, and at the same time, let the breath really flow down. Get a little space. Exhale, squeeze and lift from the pelvic root, and roll yourself back. Inhale, forward and up. So we're building from a deep earthy place, this wave upward. And exhale, keep the sit bones pressing way down and fold. Inhale, lean forward. We must make space and dissolve the outer body, hardening in our yoga poses in order to reveal this inner body of yours. Inhale, offer that up. So this is helping to bring a wave-like motion into the body and perhaps soften out some of that overwork in the superficial lines. Exhale and back. Now come to center. Try a cat-cow. Does that feel satisfying to you? Just checking. Inhale, lean forward, reach all the way up. It's not like you never do cat-cow again, but there are ways to really activate that deep core line that should feel kind of like, wow, like oh, I'm getting another body involved in this sort of movement. And we end up in an arch and we end up in a curl. It's just how you get there, very important. So you can remain with that cat-cow wave, or inhale, reach the arms up as the belly and pelvis drops down. Exhale, squeeze and lift and support that spine. Now more of a plank spine here. So we're inhaling, finding the earth, waving in and up through that body. Exhale, the sapphire, these are called. And you lift the ankles, perhaps. Inhale. Anywhere along the spectrum of movement, your body feels comfortable, yet challenged, be there. So you might be a little bit lower with the feet, for example, but do your thing. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you exhale through the navel and just do that same old breath, you're going to shorten that spine. So inhale here, let the breath move down to the pelvic floor, but squeeze and lift up through the pelvic floor. That's going to give you a little lift through the spine. Inhale last time, forward and up. Exhale. Good. Hang on behind the knees and press the leg bone straight down so the femurs drop into the sockets a little bit better, and you could really get more length through that lumbar spine. Inhale, lengthen out the feet a little bit. So you inhale, and of course now we're really stabilizing the spine. So inherently you're not going to be able to have a full release of the belly like when you're just flat on the mat, but you can get some sensation of inhaling down a little bit farther and letting some of this pelvic area release, but then exhale, really squeeze and lift higher. So the question was, when do we activate it more or less? Well, when you need a lot of spinal support like this, so your low back doesn't take it, you're going to stay a bit more contracted while you're in the pose, but you can still find that pulse and a lot more on the exhale. Inhale here and exhale. Continue 3 more times, or make your Charlie's Angels Mudra. That's all fingers interlaced except for the first one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit bones way down. Squeeze and lift the pelvic, diaphragm, and floor. Hiya. Exhale, maybe building a little heat now. Now unwind the feet, not to the floor, but just reach down. Reach up with the hands. On your exhale, roll yourself onto the sacrum, fists of thigh, keep the shoulders lifted. So we're now trying to massage the abdominal wall and the inner belly. On your exhale, a little rock and roll takes you back up. Press the sit bones down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, give a nice squeeze and a lift from the root. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, a little rock and roll takes you back up. So you want to build that belly fire, wake up that inner body. First step to transformation, according to Patanjali, or Pat, I'm going to call him from now on, it's a long name, was tapas. So we begin creating heat, new energy, new life. Can get kind of tense too. Inhale, reach overhead, but that space must be made. Plant your fingertips behind your skull. Take a breath in, open the elbows. Keep the shoulders lifted if you can. Now open the knees and curl inside. This is a little butterfly navasana. Inhale, knees over hips, or you can stretch the legs straight if you're feeling it. Exhale, curl inside the knees. Big, deep belly massage now. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, squeeze. Remember that golden flame. Lift it up the spine. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Stretch your legs straight up to the sky now, elbows up to the sky. Keep the tailbone slightly lifted, shoulders up a little higher. Unwind your hands, make fists. Core Strength Mudra down by your hips. Squeeze the big toe mounds together to activate the deep core line of the inner thighs too. Bent or straight legs begin to lower, but the front of the spine stays down towards the earth. Take a deep breath in, lift higher, and through the mouth, exhale and relax to the earth. Wow, reach your arms overhead or elbows. And breathe in there, breathe into the belly. Let that flame spread through the whole body. The warmth, the energy can infuse the limbs, spine, your mind, and help to burn away some of that old stuff. Jessica Char said it burns the trash when we get to the belly area. Also creates more life, more creativity, more self-reliance and knowledge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the knees back into your chest. Roll little circles into your sacrum, one way and then the other. So nice. And then you can begin to rock and roll into this position right here. So we're just going to rock and roll or roll to one side. And we'll end here with a bent knee stance, hands on the earth. So something you really need to know about when practicing in your asanas is this earth to core connection. You know now about the deep core line and how it starts through the hands and feet or the sitting bones, whatever's on the ground. You can activate the beginning of the line there. And then that travels up to that mula bandha. So we begin to find that what we press into the earth and how we engage the earth immediately rocks up into that pelvic root area. So just spend a little time with this. Feet are separated about sitting bone distance. That's 2 fists between the arches of your feet about for you. Hands are forward shoulder distance, wide fingertips. Now spend a lot of time on how you place yourself on the earth because that's how you're going to fire that deep core line or not. So now we've got a hasta bandha through the hands, and we've got a pada bandha through the feet. I want you to rock back to the heels a bit. Lift your toes. Keep the toes lifted, activating the arches. Roll forward to the balls of the feet, lift the heels all the way up, and feel that start to move into the pelvic area and the belly a bit more. Inhale, rock back towards the heels, keep the toes lifted. Exhale, as you press the balls of the feet down, lift the toes, squeeze that golden flame, that's an exhale. So inhale back onto the heels, lift the toes. Exhale, press the feet down, inner thighs lift, squeeze and lift the pelvic root, the floor and diaphragm is what I mean by that. Inhale, back to the heels, just rocking and rolling. Exhale, squeeze and lift. If it's too low to get your hands down, fingertips are fine. Or you can even put your hands on your waist. Good. Now everybody take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean all the way into your hands. Press the fingertips and rings of your palm down and squeeze and lift that flame. So I want to feel the deep low belly right by your pubic bone. Pull in and up as you exhale forward. Press the hands and squeeze and lift the pelvic floor and root. Inhale. Take it back onto the heels a little bit. Lift the toes. Exhale, forward and up. You feeling it? Feeling that connection from the earth? Okay, I see some nods. Exhale up. Now last time, inhale back and exhale into the hands. Lift, 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 lift. That's very good. That will become your crow pose, your handstand, your headstand, all your warrior poses in every single asana that you do pretty much. All right, so plant the feet all the way down and this time begin to press into your feet and roll yourself very slowly up. Notice as you press your feet down, the arches lift, the inner thighs, and then the psoas takes over, so we're going to roll the hips into the body and up, spine moving up front and back, ribs in, bend your elbows, lift your arms to the sky. Take a deep breath in all the way down through the root. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Good. So I want to show you something, the difference between coming up to the deep core line and not. Now bend your knees, roll yourself back down. Inhale, wave the spine forward a little bit. Just take a nice long spine. And on your exhale, press your feet down and begin rolling up. Inner arches, inner thighs. Top of the pelvis draws in and up. Ribs integrate a little bit. Then we bend the elbows, so we take the upper back and shoulders offline a little bit, and we get the inner core line to lift. Take a deep breath in here. Squeeze that golden flame. Hands to your heart at namaste. Good. Slowly drop it down. Inhale. Exhale, begin to roll up. Now squeeze that golden flame. It's going to help you not get as dizzy if you hug and lift in the pelvic area. As you inhale, though, you're already past that lumbar weight. When you're here, hands to your heart at namaste. And inhale, make some space along that back body. Exhale, begin to roll yourself up. On your inhale, fill the pose and pause. Exhale. You feel the neck and shoulders aren't as tense sometimes as it can get. You're sharing it with the whole body a little bit more. So you've rooted this action. This should feel flower petal light more. Now here's the difference. Hands to your heart at namaste. We did this yesterday. I want you to try it again. Try to find that wave, that feeling of unfurling yourself through the inner body with straight legs. Good luck. Now, since you are not able to communicate the bandhas of the hands and feet with the rest of the line with straight legs or arms, by the way, which is now you can think of all your poses that we're trying to start with straight legs and arms, you gotta lift in a different way. So we want the arms to lift, mountain pose. So here's what we do, right? Go ahead. Inhale, reach up. Do you feel that along the back body line, even into the low back, some of you, but definitely neck, shoulder area? Anybody feeling this? And the longer you hold it, the more it's going to talk to you in one part, in a piece, in an outer body line. Are you really even aware of the core and the legs as much? Just here. It's just a question for you to investigate. And the difference to bend the knees down and to press the feet and create this pose from the earth through the inner body as if you have a smaller, stronger inner body lifting you up, the elbows bend and then you're here. And to just pay attention to what that feels like for you. And then exhale, fold down, bend your knees for a while so you can interplay that super strong press of the feet and the lift of the inner thighs. Legs straighten too soon, it can freeze them out of the stretch for the rest of class. So from here, I want you to press the feet down, lift the inner thighs. Lift the front of your pelvis up. Inhale, wave the spine long. Exhale, give a squeeze to the pelvic root and floor and fold down. Inhale, wave the spine forward. Let the psoas muscles along the front and sides of your low back spine there hold, and then exhale, squeeze the flame. 3 more times. So we're going to inhale, wave forward, and try to let the abdominal wall release a little bit more. So you've got this spinal support from deep inside, so your low back's not taking it, but inhale, breathe. Even soften out the pelvic floor and joints a bit. Exhale, give a squeeze and press and detox into your forward bend. Inhale, look forward, prepare. Exhale, this time bend the elbows, plant the hands, and step yourself back downward facing dog. Now what I'd like you to do is find a little spinal wave in your downward facing dog. If you need to see this, you can put your knees down and take a look. I'll be doing it with you. Otherwise, you can listen to the instruction and just do it with your body. But we're going to bend the knees back there. We're going to inhale, lift the pelvis, lift the ribs, and find a wave to reset those shoulders on the back. At the same time, of course, we're breathing down into the flame, releasing that Mula Bandha. As we exhale, we're going to squeeze Mula Bandha and send the heels a little bit lower. So we're detoxifying. Inhale, little wave. Exhale, deepen the pose there. Okay, inhale. So you see the front body, the psoas is lifting the pelvis and front spine. Shoulders are no longer dropping too much. Shoulders on the back. Exhale. We're going to take the heels down just to decompress some of the same old back body overarch we can do with a shoulder joint compression. So bend the knees. Even lift your heels up so your arches stimulate and your inner thighs lift up and out with sit bones. As you take a deep breath in, wave your spine, lift the pelvis, lift the front spine, and inhale down the whole belly and pelvis. As you exhale, heels move down and you squeeze and lift the golden flame. Bend the knees. Inhale, lift the pelvis so you roll a little bit. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Exhale, give a squeeze to Mula Bandha and press the heels. Last time, bend the knees, a little roll, little space, and then exhale, contract, and express. Next time, bend the knees a little deeper. Roll yourself all the way forward into plank pose. Let the top of the hips and the front spine hold this pose. That's it. Now begin to roll your heels from one side to the other to stimulate the psoas to hold the spine. Even as you do this, you can technically breathe in and soften the belly and the pelvic floor if you're really into the psoas work. And exhale, give an extra little squeeze and lift. Okay, take a deep breath to center. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, begin to roll yourself forward into plank pose. Inhale down to the root. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Good. Inhale, bend the elbows just a little bit. Exhale, all the way back downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, roll yourself forward. So the exhale helps to really support that pelvis and sacrum. As you inhale here, that's great. As you exhale, lower down towards chaturanga. Plant the hips down on the earth or upward dog. We're going to inhale, draw in and up through the spine, in and up through the rib cage. Exhale, press your knees down, lift into that pelvis and front spine, and without the low back over curving, downward dog. Deep breath in through the nose now. Exhale, stick your tongue out, lion's pose. So we're decompressing the deep core line and expressing ourselves through it at the same time. So pretty. Walk your feet together. Bend your knees deeply. Lift the heels up. Spread your fingers wide, plant all those fingertips. We want Hasta Bandha through the hands to be really active. Ring of the palms, press it more than you think. So you get this beautiful arm action here, drawing that energy up to the pelvis. The inner arches of the feet drawing up to the pelvis as well. So take a deep breath here, bend back pretty far. Bend your elbows as well, straight back. Can be just a couple of inches. And on the exhale, we're going to pulse forward. So exhale, straighten your legs. Press your hands down and lift into Mula Bandha. Similar to what we did right at the beginning of class when we were forward bent. Inhale back a little bit. Exhale, press into the hands, lift into the pelvis. Inhale, bend back. And this time as you exhale and ripple weight down to the hands, lift Mula Bandha. Hop yourself forward a little lighter. Keep it simple. Inhale, lift the belly, look forward, and offer that wave. Exhale, fold, bend the knees for a while. Good. Press the feet down. Inhale, wave the spine, prepare. Exhale, begin to roll yourself up to stand. Let that inner body unfurl as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, right back down again. Good. Inhale, look forward, and wave. As your belly and root get some space, as you exhale, take it back, downward dog. You can step or hop, land with bent knees at the top. Now here in downward dog, you don't always have to do those waves, but I usually take one little spinal wave here to make sure my spine is not compressed, has a lot of nice traction and space here. But find that breath. So you inhale down into the root and expand. You may find some real relaxation and space here now that you're in this inversion through the spine. And as you exhale, an economy of movement, pelvic floor engages and lifts. Pelvis exhales and lifts and helps you out. Yeah, take a deep breath in, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring the knee into your chest, core plank. Roll yourself all the way up to the sky. Yeah, roll your back up, roll your pelvis up. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the elbows back a little bit. You can even bend your standing knee. And then at the last moment, knee comes to chest, you straighten everything. Use the floor to rock that pelvic diaphragm up higher. Inhale, lift the right leg high, and this time straight arms, exhale, bring the knee into the chest. See how less effective that is, doing it with that outer body. And then inhale, lift the right leg, bend the elbows and knees as you come forward and roll it up. Use the floor and you'll get higher and more internal. Now last thing, inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale here. Exhale, keep the leg lifted. And then give a big inhale and try to take that knee into the chest. Yeah, okay, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the elbows as you come through, lift the knee high, and step that right foot to the right thumb. Good times. All right. Now inhale, lift the belly, look forward, nice wave through the spine, and release the pelvic floor and diaphragm a little bit more. On your exhale, give a squeeze as you press the feet down and roll yourself in and up. So we're moving up through that deep core line. All right, reach all the way up. So when you were saying that the pelvis gets too heavy in these poses, is your pelvis getting too heavy in this pose? Because we didn't start from full expression. We drew up through the deep core line, so you have this inherent lift already. So let's just keep breathing with that golden flame in Mula Bandha. On the exhale, fists of fire, bend the back knee so you can get a little more access to the integration and lift. Inhale, wave up through the psoas to the spine, belly drops, and then exhale, squeeze and lift. Beautiful breath, everybody. Inhale, find that wave, and exhale. Now take a deep breath, inhale forward, and on your exhale, bring your hands forward of the mat, lift your back leg high. I want you to lift your back heel, your right heel, standing heel, bend the elbows and knee here, and take 3 little presses off the floor. You're going to push the floor with hands and feet, and exhale and squeeze up through the pelvis. So I want the hands and foot to press down, and the front of your pubic bone and inner pelvic muscles to lift up away from the hands. Yeah, take it back to a high lunge, breathe it in, roll in and up. You roll in and up, little counterintuitive, because you've been trained to go like this. But exhale, take it all back down, downward facing dog. Outer body is so last year. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, roll forward to plank. So you really invigorate the psoas to help hold you here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Keep the front spine lifting, lifting, lifting. Inhale, cobra or up dog through the front of the spine. Exhale, keep your feet pointed. So either knees down like we did before, or lift the knees as you do a pointed plank. Roll the hips in the front spine, and then over one foot and then the other to downward facing dog. Really activating psoas action. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Don't do all those. We're going to exhale, bend the elbows a little bit back as you come forward, and knee into chest and arms straight at the same time. Nice way, Yulia. Yeah, inhale, lift high. Get a little wild with it as you exhale, bend your elbows and back knee, and then straighten them right when you need it. Inhale, use the floor. Exhale, it's just physics. Now last time, inhale, straight arms. Try it again, feel the difference. You feel it empty? Okay, inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bend the elbows, press down, lift up through that left knee, and place the left foot to the left thumb, please, in line with your hip joint there. Inhale, lift the belly, long spine. So there's the wave. As you inhale, get a little space in the root. Then exhale, squeeze the golden flame. Let it help power you into your pose with a stable, lifted, secure pelvis, sacrum, and lumbar spine. Notice how your pelvis is not forward now, contracting over that hip joint. Your low back isn't taking it. You're nice and shared and reintegrated. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, bend the back knee, fists of fire. Find the breath direction. Inhale down to the flame. Exhale, squeeze and lift it. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, find the wave. Up and down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Take a breath forward, prepare, and on the exhale, plant your hands down into the earth. Lift your back heel high, so hands are forward and your foot is about under your sit bones, not too close to your hands. Now lift up through that top leg, but now we're going to bend through the elbows, straight back, and the standing leg a lot. Keep the heel lifted though, and take 3 hops, pressing straight down to the hands and foot, and lifting up through your Mula Bandha. As if to pull your pubic bone up to the sky, to pull your pelvic floor up, away from the press of the hand. Take it back to a high lunge, roll in and up, 1 breath. Good, exhale, release your hands to the earth, take a downward facing dog. Good one. Vinyasa, a short child's pose, waving from side to side. Do your thing. We're going to meet in downward facing dog in about 4 breaths. All right. So press yourself back up into your downward facing dog, a little low belly churn and detox. So take a deep breath in, lift the heels. Exhale, begin to curl yourself forward into plank. Inhale to plank. Listen carefully. We're going to exhale, turn the knees to the right and press back to a bent, twisted down dog. Your shoulders are forward, knees to the right. Now inhale, forward to plank. Remember to find that wave and still hold the psoas. Exhale to the left with the knees. Inhale, stretch forward. plank pose. So we're unrolling and then returning back to that center, knees to the right. Inhale here. Exhale to the left. One more time each side. Inhale, get a little wild. You can even dip the hips a little bit if you're holding on to the front of the spine. And exhale, come back. And last time to the left. Go for it. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga, or the floor. Slowly in and up. Find that cobra. Find the belly space. Exhale, pointed plank or knees down. Downward facing dog. Now bring your knees to the earth. Walk your hands back here and place one fist in an open hand and come to sit. A moment of rest, a breath. So let's do this mudra with the breathing to remind yourself as if you've got this flame in your hand, but it's inside your belly, your pelvis. Let's inhale, drop it all down, warm and wide and everything. Exhale, squeeze and lift from center. So it's not just the low belly squeezing and lifting, it's the bathroom muscles and hunger. Exhale and lift. Your ribs inhale first and then your pelvis inhales. Your pelvis exhales and then your ribs exhale. Physically. Inhale. Exhale with the pelvis. Good. 2 more times. As you inhale, breathing diaphragm drops down, pelvic diaphragm drops down. As you exhale, pelvic diaphragm lifts, breathing diaphragm lifts. They are communicating in a mirror. Inhale and exhale. Good. If you were sitting on your toes, good for you. That's probably the more challenging thing. If you're pointing feet, that's more challenging. Great, let's all point the feet. It's nice to multitask with a stretch. Let's walk the hands back. You can turn the fingertips back towards your feet or out to the sides or behind you as it's comfortable for your hands. But I want you to slowly open the heart. Take a deep breath into the belly. Exhale, begin to fold yourself forward into child's pose. And then roll yourself back and up. Roll in. Pelvic floor can release. Exhale. Fold forward, squeeze and lift. So nice detoxifying. Roll, inhale. Exhale. And then last time you inhale, walk yourself back. You might try pressing your palms down, lifting up, perhaps even lifting the hips, and finding an anti-chaturanga shoulder stretch here. Fingertips can be forward, out to the sides, and behind you. Last time here. Exhale, slowly come back down to sit. So inhales and exhales still. Keep yourself heated and warm and energetic. Now here's what we're going to do next. We're going to practice a little Shakti kicking with the hands down. Now you can absolutely inhale. I want you to bend elbows and knees back a little bit and exhale, press down into the hands. We talked about Newton's third law of motion yesterday, which is that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. We say that a lot. It's so true here. If you're just hanging out, you guys, listen to what I'm saying, go whatever, and your hands are on the ground and your arms are straight, you do this all you want and you don't get any press from the earth, therefore you're going to stay where you're at. Transformation occurs when you do something new, ask a little bit more of yourself, in this case your body, and use the present moment to empower you, not to keep repeating the same old patterns. So we're going to inhale, bend the elbows. That way, when you press forward, you get a real press into the earth, and that wave down is going to ripple up into the belly and pelvic floor area. So those two are always communicating like that, earth to core connection. You might be able to start hopping as you exhale down to the earth and lift up through the pelvis. So that's where we want to get today, is that nice lift in 2 directions, and then we'll hop forward. So pulse, hop low, hop higher, but I'm more interested in the liquidity of the outer body. Bending first, so we're not up through the shoulders and back body. Hands down, pelvis up. Let your outer body go every time you jump more and more and more. And think your 2 hands, your Hasta Bandha and your Mula Bandha. Downward dog. Let's try that. Really, it's a challenging pose, but it's a hell of a lot easier than we often make it on ourselves. So let the inner body do this pose. Come to downward dog, walk your feet together. Squeeze the big toe mounds. Activate and lift the heels for the inner arches to lift and the inner thighs are engaged. Bend the knees, bend the elbows back. Good. Exhale, pulse forward, ripple down to your hands and lift up through that golden flame. Good. You can try a hop or more, but with bent elbows first, you're not going to be doing it all with the outer body. So try bending the elbows on the inhale and seeing if it's different. Come on down. Come out there. Hold on, coming out. Now front three rows, turn around. Anatomically, you can be strong enough to do this pose or these hop forwards from the outer with straight arms. You can get a nice hop, you can bend the knees, straight arms, and do the pose all you want. But what's going to happen anatomically, I'm not talking about anything else. What I'm talking about is just an anatomical reality. Your back, superficial body, shoulders, and joints are going to do this pose, your neck too. That's what's doing it. And if that's what you want to be doing that pose over and over again, if your shoulders aren't quite tight enough, and your back body feels great all the time, and there's no low back stuff going on for you, and you like having a super tight back body, and the shoulders that will last you maybe another 7 years in your yoga practice, then by all means, continue straightening your arms and jumping like that, because half of you in here are still doing it. Bend the elbows, bend the elbows. And I know it's a habit. It's not like you're just doing it on purpose. It's a habit in your body. But I want you to try this time to do something weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. It's easier to default towards what you feel stronger in right now because you've tracked that, perhaps, or to just redo your body knowledge and go make it even bend. It's hard. But it's not getting you anywhere to do things the same old outer body superficial way. So we're going to try lifting the heels. Bend those elbows, you see, like that. And watch the ripple come down through my hands. As I come forward, you can just practice this for a while. As I come forward, I'm not just straightening my elbows like that. I'm pressing down into the floor. So much that it's going to help give me a lot of lightness and power. That's where I want you to get to. Then you can play with it from there. Once you already have that connection, it's so much more light and easy to do some of this stuff. That I could, it's just, and it's not here anymore. Not only here, it's shared. You felt the difference between just lifting your arms and doing a linear thing with straight arms, even here. So try it again. And really go somewhere new so you can see what you think. In your downward dog, walk your feet together. Beautiful fingertips. Lift your heels, bend the knees, bend the elbows, and take some lower hops than you're used to. It's fine. But when you exhale, you ripple down through the strong hands, and you squeeze and lift Mula Bandha to lift those hips higher. Relax the shoulders and back body a little bit more. You guys are doing great. Yeah, I like this. I can feel the energy shift a little bit when you go, okay, really, I'm going to really try to go there. Get down like a little woodland creature. Yeah, and press and lift through the pelvic floor. When you get to know those two areas really intimately, that's when you'll start gaining a lot of that freedom, elusive lightness and freedom in your postures. Yeah. All right, hopping forward. That's what's best. Hands between the feet. Inhale, lift your belly and wave your spine a little bit. Get some space. And exhale, full bend or straightening legs. Inhale, look forward, wave the spine.